Okay. If you look at Ryo's command list, honestly, there isn't a whole lot that's interesting there. Throws, forward light punch overhead, he has the parries, fireball, DP, halfback kick, and Thunderskin. Then he's got the fireball super, the Ryuko Rambu, and Shintenshi Houken. Okay. So how do you play Ryo? If you've seen my Daimon tutorial, how you would approach neutral with Ryo is honestly very similar. Ryo does not have very much that he can fling. In fact, his normals have very little range. Let's see, one. His longest range normal is going to be crouching hard kick. That'll be the longest range normal, with standing hard kick being second best. So your best effective range is around here, around the range of standing hard kick. This is where you're hoping people will run into your normals. And it's when they don't that Ryo can seem sort of limited. Ryo is very stubby, doesn't have much range compared to Daimon, who could fight like over here a little bit, and compared to Iori, who can just who can run really, really fast and like control a lot of space and can toss out a Rekka once in a while. Ryo doesn't have much to toss out. He's actually very, very, very basic. And so the reason you would want to play Ryo is because the parries can give a new element to reading your opponent's normals, especially their grounded normals. And you can create lots of interesting sorts of scramble and frame trap situations by using normals into low parry. And you can also really effectively counter poke someone in a very like neutral situation, like say after the fireball in the corner. Also, he has a very, very fast, I believe it starts in 4 frames like DP, and it is fully invincible, I believe. Well, actually, no, it tends to trade because of the invincibility ending at his lower body. Yeah, there we go. But if that happens, funny. Combo off that. Really, when you're playing Ryo, what you should be doing is trying to stay around here and seeing if you can intercept their movement. It's kind of like Daimon, just not with fat-ass normals. So it can seem like, okay, well, why would I play Ryo over Daimon? And the key is, you can maintain this range somewhat easily because he runs decent, and at this range he has a lot of very powerful counter pokes, which can lead into a lot, especially poke into max, by sort of buffering like that. If you can catch someone pressing something with Ryo, like in that situation, then you can really like push them all the way to the corner, turn a single bar into a good chunk of their life, and then of course, if the opponent is, you know, kind of scared of your stuff, then to go around the horn, so to speak, you can go for a hop in, right back into more sweet bullying. If you establish close range with Ryo, what you're hoping to go for ultimately is Crouching Fierce a lot of the time. Crouching Fierce starts in 3 frames, and it's one of the best normals in the game. Whew. It is one of the best normals in the game. There we go. If someone, you know, let's take a step back here. So let's talk about neutral. How would you control this space? If someone is, you know, trying to just come in on you like that. And how do you stop that? Hopping CD, you'll notice like his body like sort of tilts and only his hand is out front. Okay? Because only his hand is out front, this is actually very good to retreat with. And if someone tries to chase you, they'll just get chopped in the face. This is a good way. When you're in this spot, don't be afraid to surrender it and come back. Surrender it, come back. Surrender it, come back. Surrender it, oop, no I'm not there. No I'm not there. This can make it very frustrating to get in on you, and this is not really a Ryo strategy. This is pretty much fundamentals. This that I'm talking about works with Iori. If you're at this range and Ryo's trying to get in, nope, 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 this time I did Rekkas. You know, this is fundamentals. This is not so much Ryo, but he is very basic, and so this is kind of all he's got. If someone is also going to jump at you with this range, another... Oop, here we go. If someone's gonna jump at you like at this hop range, crouching C, because it starts so fast, is an excellent anti-air as well. And again, when you're thinking about your normals with Ryo, think about chaining them into low parry. That way you'll recover faster a lot of the time. And you can, because crouch C starts so fast, you can react to a lot of jumps. You can wait until he's on the way down and you'll still land that anti-air because it's ridiculously fast. Standing C, standing D are some other good options, especially preemptively. Right before they hop, you can just stick that out, whoop, and they'll run right into it. And then last but not least, if you can, DP is pretty good too. Not the least, if you can actually get a light DP to trade, you can actually get more damage off that. Whoa, see? That's pretty sweet, actually. If you are really good, the Fierce DP is a little slower, but it is fully invincible. The Fierce DP is not gonna trade or anything like that, so you'll notice some of the absolute best, most consistent Ryo players across the world, they'll just anti-air with a Fierce DP because they know how. It can be difficult, like when you're learning the game, but it is feasible. So don't think that you can't do it. It's absolutely possible if you practice enough. I think you can get an extra hit. You can cancel that into the Fireball Super, which is difficult to do. But there's a few things you can do off of an anti-air traded uppercut, so those are some things to explore. Let's see, what else? When you are controlling this space, consider tossing out a standing CD. When you look at this normal, it's like, this normal kind of sucks. It does range-wise, but it's fairly fast compared to a lot of other standing CDs. And if you counter-poke something with it, not fast enough. I would recommend not canceling the standing CD. Oh wait, you can low parry it, right? Yeah, there you go. Chain it to low parry. If you can counter poke something, then you can just take a free super. Rokoken. I think he can get the Rambo. Come on. So this'll work. This'll work. Nah, it's pretty tough. Ooh! Rokugen? Sweet. Thank God. Okay, it reaches way over there. It reaches way over there. Oh, it reaches full screen. So if you can pop them, take it. Standing CD anywhere on the screen, you can just spend a bar and convert off of something. And this would be like after a string. Let's say you go for like sweep low parry. You can catch them trying to mash something with standing CD. Something like this would be like a basic way to try and discourage some mashing. Sweep low parry CD, sweep low parry, sweep again. Like that, that's pretty decent. Sweep low parry, hop in, and of course, sweep low parry, sweep low parry, wait, and see if you can anti-air. Those are all some decent things to do in the neutral. The sweep low parry, honestly, is your bread and butter poke. Think of it kind of like Ryu crouching medium kick. If you're in sweep range, you should do it in low parry. The opponent, however, the opponent can counter this by reading your sweep and hopping over it. If you do sweep low parry and they hop right when you sweep like that, you're gonna die. Basically, that's what's gonna happen. You can try, and this will be a very hard, this will be a hard read on their hard read. You can sweep into high parry. And then try to counter it that way, but keep in mind the high parry does not make your moves recover faster. It's pretty bad to just cancel normals into high parry. A lot of those situations are punishable. You should primarily cancel normals into low parry to make them recover faster, but canceling a normal into a high parry once in a while to catch a stray jump is a good idea. Now someone might be asking, well, would you ever use the parries on their own, or what do the parries actually do? And I'll give you the simple answer. The parry gives you access to armor. It's just armor on a button. It's not active on the first frame, okay? That is, if someone is attacking you the moment you wake up and you go for high parry, you will get hit. And if someone is attacking you low, right on wake up, if someone is attacking you low, right on wake up, and you try to low parry, you will get hit. So you cannot use this on wake up. It's active after a couple of frames. So your goal with the parry is if you can catch something, then those armor frames become special cancelable. You can cancel into a special move or a super. Keep in mind the super may not even work. Oops. There's no guarantee that successfully parrying is... yeah, instant guard, use crush, that's useless. There's no guarantee that a successful parry is actually going to give you a punish of some kind. If you don't cancel the parry, your opponent may still recover before you. Like, notice here, if you just parry, Iori's already guarding, and you can't really punish, even with, like, your fastest normals. Oop. So don't think of high parry as an anti-air. You can anti-air with it, and if you can catch something, generally, you'll want to go into light DP. Jeez, that was tough. Going right into light DP into light super fireball would be close to optimal. There's probably some other things you can do, but high parry, only situationally, use it as an anti-air. Instead, you want to be mostly using the low parry to make your normals better. The high parry can be used in some good corner situations. Like as an example, if you're going to do a basic string, you can do a basic string, like this three, let's see. Can I get 3? Yeah. Go for 3, and then if you think they'll press something, go for the high parry. Let me see if this will work. Oh, okay, I got it. 1, 2, 3. Let's see if I can do it this way. Yeah, there it is. Okay. There you go. If your opponent likes to press buttons at the end of your pressure strings, throw in a high parry at the end. You can really make it hurt if you can confirm the parry. This is kind of like a hit confirm, except you're just trying to see if they'll actually run into your parry. And if they do, go right into Fierce DP and make it hurt. Or you can go right into a super. Really, the choice is yours. I believe the highest damage special you're going to get is going to be the hard tornado. Okay. And note about hard tornado, you can light DP and then crouch fierce. Whoop. This is kind of unorganized, and I'm sorry about that, but this is all just sort of train of thought stuff. Okay, that doesn't work there. But if you can land that hard tornado kick in the corner, like DP, crouch fierce. And that'll be your bread and butter if you can land like a clean hit. Okay, so you can the parries without talking about them too much more. The high parry, you want to use it mostly as a counter poke option. Like instead of like 1, 2, 3 standing hard kick, the standing hard kick is too slow. If you want to catch them pressing a button from here, you really have 2 options, and one is sweep, and the other is high parry. And if you can catch something, go right into Fierce DP or a hard tornado. Depending on the spacing, the hard tornado might not work mid-screen. Or right into level 2 super or something like that, that'd be great too. That's most of how you're going to be playing him, just like in the neutral and in the general sense. The fireball, quick comment about it, sucks. The light fireball goes nowhere. Fierce fireball moves him slightly forward. It's nowhere near as good as it used to be in KOF 13, where the fierce fireball could take up like half the screen and stuff like that. It is notable though that the light fireball is only -1 on guard. So, because it is only -1, you can create frame trap situations with his 3-frame normal. Specifically, you can do, like, let's say your opponent is cornered. You can, let's set him to guard all. You can do like a single normal into light fireball and then crouch fierce. Again, the light fireball is -1, and crouch fierce starts in 3. So assuming they press a 4-frame light, which is most of the lights in the game, this will trade, and if they're not frame perfect, you will win. Once you can start reading their mash, that's when you can start, let's see, then what you would start to do is you'd go right into a low parry for a quick mix-up. You know, light... Jab into light fireball. Whoop. So this is just like a basic example of what you can do with the fireball. The EX fireball, if you ever get access to it, is +2 on guard. So this is like a really, really solid frame trap sort of a deal and situation. The -1 on the light fireball can be useful in other pressure situations. Again, don't forget about the counter poke ability of the high parry, and also of stand CD, depending on the spacing. The other thing that is important to note if you're going to use the fireball and pressure, and this is another good reason to play Ryo, is his guard meter depletion is not quite as good as it was in 13, but it is still above average. So if you can get someone to block a fireball and then another string, they will lose half their gauge. Let me show you that again. Iori's at full gauge. And he just lost just under half of it. And let's see. There it is. Bam. He just lost over half of that. So this is where Ryo can come into his own. If you can corner your opponent and get just a 1 rehop or something like that, he can really... Anybody play Undertale? It's like you want to have a bad time. Ryo makes the corner a bad time with guard gauge depletion. If you can just get 1 good rehop, you know you're going to get half of their gauge. And again, because that light fireball is -1, you absolutely can win a scramble situation afterwards, but you want to pick your choices properly depending on what they mesh. You might need to do a low jab. A high or a low parry is a pretty hard read. Standing CD may reach, things like that. The fierce fireball is notable because it has some extra range. However, it's not very good on block. It's like it's listed as -9. If you can get it more on the meaty end towards the tip, then the standing CD becomes a better counter poke, standing C becomes a decent counter poke, things like that. Other than specifically ranged fireball pressure, especially in the corner, I don't really use it. It's not that good. It's a decent preemptive anti-air, like if you know someone is going to jump, you can just toss it out there and it might catch. But a standing jab would do the same job. A light DP would do the same job, a standing hard kick. There's no need to take the risk on the fireball, which, frankly, a lot of characters are just going to try to super jump right over. Depending on the range, like especially when you're at this good hop range, some characters are just going to jump right over that. You got to be really careful using it in neutral. Let's see, fireball. Half-back kick, I don't recommend using it in neutral, not really at all. If they block any of these at any range, you're going to die. The only reason you'd want to use it in neutral is if your opponent can fight from outside your sweep range, like say over here. You might want to use the half-back light kick like as a surprise poke once in a blue moon, but don't. It's gonna kill you. Most of your success with Ryo will just come from solid anti-airs at this range, sweep low parry, and hops, as far as actually winning the neutral, with the occasional full jump thrown in, and then transitioning into his unique pressure. So continuing, let's see, in Zanretsuken, very similar. Also, don't use this in neutral. Don't really. It's useful in some specific combos, but it starts up pretty slow. It's terrible on block. Use this if you're trolling someone. Like, if you know someone is gonna jump in, just be like, haha, you're gonna fall in this. Haha. Oos. Kyokugen, motherfucker. Like, other than that, it's eh. I know that there are some interesting combos you can do, like some max mode stuff, but it's really, you don't really want to touch it too much. I think you can do some interesting confirms with it. It's really not much to comment on as far as his basic game plan. It's kind of a combo move only. Let's see. We got the Super Fireball. We got the Ranbu. Neither of these are invincible. Let me just double check here. The meaty low. Oh, there we go. Okay, I'm glad I checked. So that was the light Ranbu. Let me just make sure the fierce isn't different. There we go. Let me also make sure that If I were to guard, this would hit me. Yes. Okay, so that was a meaty trip, and the level 1 Ranbu can go through it. Your light DP will be your fastest reversal, starting in 4. Fierce DP is a decent option. Level 2 Ranbu also starts pretty fast and is also invincible, so those are just something to keep in mind. Those are your reversals. And... let's see. Last but not least, the climax. You might notice, like, on guard, it causes this instant guard break. But they actually recover before you, so don't think you can do anything with it. Not really. Just like with the other... just like with some other characters, the climax is not really too usable in the basic game plan, and it's more or less just something you would add on to a good combo. If you do have 3 bars and you want to swag, you know, something you can do is just turn the fireball right into the climax. Plus. I think in the corner... see. Does this work? Too high? Yeah, that doesn't even work. Okay. Yeah, this is really not too much you can do there. But think that's also more or less a combo tool. Was there anything else I wanted to cover? Ah, yes. Lastly, the pancake flattener. Forward light punch. If you're gonna play Ryo second or third, he does have pretty good damage potential. In fact, let's just go right into what his good max mode combo would be. Let's say you land a jump in, and you know that you want to get a good combo. The basic combo you want to go for, especially if he's second or third, would be something like this. Wait, that's not it. Hold on. I'm trying to remember here. Random. Gotta confirm it now. Does that work? No, that doesn't work. What am I doing? I should be I should be bypassing, right? Shouldn't I be? Yeah, I should be. Okay. There we go. If you ever ask yourself, how do I put Ryo second and fit 2 EX moves in there? That's how you do it. This would be this is what's called a bypass. In a nutshell, you just go straight into the EX special from the activation. This can be done with one single smooth input. That's down, down, forward, forward, light punch, hard punch, light kick. You input quarter forward and then those 3 buttons at the same time. You'll activate max mode and go straight into the EX fireball, and this is how you can fit that in there. And that is a light DP at the end. There's probably an easier one if you don't necessarily want to do the bypass. I know you can also do this if you have 1 bar. Let's see. Let's see. After you can just go straight. You can just go straight into the EX kick, and that'll be pretty simple. In fact, that's a lot easier. That would be like a basic 2-bar max mode combo for you to go into. Now, taking a step back, overhead. This is a true overhead. Like I'm blocking low right here with the dummy. Wait. Oh, just turn off the random. It is very difficult, but I won't say impossible, that you can one-hit confirm this overhead a la Third Strike Chun. That is because this overhead can be cancelled super late. Super late. Like, it touches them, and then you're moving backwards, and then you can still cancel it. So, now you have to be close enough. But it is feasible, if you got some Third Strike Chun reactions and you know how to low forward super, like when you're in range and not as a whiff punish, then you could technically one-hit confirm this. But for most new Ryo players, I just wanted to tell you that, just to give you something to aspire to. That's not what you should be doing while you're playing. What you should be doing while you're playing is incorporating the overhead into your fundamental mix-ups to give him some extra scariness when he's in your face. Excuse me. Namely, let's say... Yeah, let's try again. Let's say your hop-in is blocked. You have your fundamental mix-up now. You can go for running throw if they're just going to sit there. You can go for running low. And the way you would actually convert off the running low, by the way, low B into low C is a very simple, very easy link, and this will combo to the fireball. And if you're ridiculously good at execution, you can also try to turn it into a fierce DP, or the light half-back kick, or just straight into a super. Again, those are going to be things to aspire to. But if they're not taking the running throws, if they tend not to eat the running lows, then you know that they're countering your throws, they're countering your low attempts. You try to just go for some more basic pressure with more sweep low parry and stuff. Oh wow, that was bad. That was bad. You can go for some simple example strings like this, but ultimately, if they just sit there blocking, you really have two goals. One is hope the overhead hits, and going into max mode will give you a mix-up on block and a combo on hit. And the second option is, like I was mentioning earlier, focus on guard gauge depletion to really make them want to stop sitting there. Oops. So, let's go with random. And let's say that they actually do block that overhead. A normal into EX Fireball will allow you to maintain the frame advantage, like so. And hopefully, get a random hit of some kind. That would be great. But you remember, you are +2 on that EX Fireball, so... a very common place to put the overhead is right after a jump in, because you can go jump in, low, and that's your basic low hit confirm. And jab into half back kick. Okay. Or, let me see. So you go low, or you go high. You can think of this as a basic 50-50, except that, don't forget your opponent could always guard cancel away from this sort of basic mix-up. Oops. And so what you want to do if you want to level up that mix-up game, if you can really get them scared of some lows, go 1-2, and then overhead from over here. You'll still run fast enough. Ooh, there we go. You'll still get that just fine, no problem. Does this work? Does this work? Ah, no it doesn't. Okay. Oh, that doesn't work either. And then I'll probably just fierce DP there, probably. Does this work? That doesn't work. That sucks. Okay. So I'm just experimenting now. There's probably some better combos for you to find. There's probably some more stuff for you to experiment, but this is the basics of how to play Ryo. Up CD is big, crouching C is big, using the sweep low parry string here, counter poking with standing CD and forward A, forward B, which is this high parry, as well as the standing C and the standing D. Sometimes I go in between hard punch, hard kick, and C and D, sorry about that. But hopefully this gives you the basis you need to play Ryo. I recommend, if you are a beginner, that you learn how to play Ryo, because Ryo will teach you how to just occupy this space, take options away from your opponent, and go for some good basic mix-ups and some simple hit confirms. But he does give you room to expand because of, as an example, how good of a frame trap and a combo this is, learning how to use the overhead into max mode and try and turn those bad situations into something better, using a really good DP as anti-air and really good normals as anti-air just to make those things a little easier. Also, because this is instant armor, just last thing I'll say, great against zoners. If Athena's just Psycho Ball, just be like, stop, 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 and then you get over here, and now Athena's playing your game. So, Rio's pretty good at that too. But that's it.